welcome back to a chip off the old block toys. Today we're going to continue building the Ninjago City Workshops. Last time we did the first 7 bags. There's something like 30 bags to this thing and 3,244 pieces and 10 minifigures. I do think this is an awesome set, even though we're only this far, and I will show this to you. But let's go ahead and let's switch cameras and let's start the building. And if you guys would, please hit that like button. I'd appreciate it. Let's go ahead and switch cameras because that's what we got to do. We got to get building on this thing. How's everyone and their morning going? My morning is going absolutely excellent. I got up a little bit earlier than I usually do, and instead of feeling a little behind, I feel a little ahead. I was able to go out and feed the chickens and the cats already. It's kind of a daily chore around here. All right, they just need to give this guy a hockey mask. They gave him the cleaver part. Anyway, all right, so this is figure number 3 out of 10. And I'm going to set this aside because what we're building, I'm not sure exactly where it goes, but I think it goes on top of here. But let's go ahead and set this aside. That way we can build easier. And good morning, Brett's Builds. Good morning, Cajun Yeti, and whoever else I might be missing out there. How was your guys' morning shaping up? And by the way, Yeti, that was a great getting a little head. Yeah. No, there is nothing wrong with that. Getting a little head. I agree. I did like that thing you sent me about that 70s show with Red and all those things. I don't remember seeing this one in here, but my favorite one that Red ever said was that he said he wished he was an octopus. And Eric interrupts him and says, why? So you can stick 8 boots up people's asses? And Red just smiles. One of the few times he did in that show. That was a really good show. And I've seen just about every episode of that show. I got turned on to it by my daughter. My daughter Amanda loves that show. Anyway, and I love his wife is hilarious. Kitty, I think her name was. I love the fact that how she played dumb, but yet she was really smart. I really like that about her. But anyway, like I said, I hope everyone here is having a great morning. I sure the heck am. I got a couple Bricklink orders put together after this a little bit. And Bricklinks continue to go strong, so thank you for those making that happen. I appreciate it. I built the second version of the Horse Knight's Castle, set number 31168. I did that last night. I just got to edit it, and then I can release it. So be looking out for that. Probably not tomorrow, because when I do a time lapse, it's a long edit. So I would say probably look for it on tomorrow's Thursday, Friday. Yeah, look for it on Friday. Oh boy, what did I miss? Nothing at all. Okay, cool. I did release the city update video this morning, first thing. So hopefully you guys are able to catch that. And if you haven't, please go catch it. It's only I think it's only 12 minutes this time. But some major updates happened, and I got some pieces in the mail was it yesterday or the day before? So I'm going to be able to do a pretty big update on the water this coming week and get some stuff done there. So I'm getting excited. This city's coming together. He says, Yeti says, I own the box set. I think I've watched it at least 3 times, the complete seasons. Yeah, that's, I don't think I've seen it that many times. I think I've maybe seen it twice, but it's such a great series. And I guess I didn't catch it till like the second time I watched it that Eric, I guess, had quit the show. And that's why he was sent away. Alexander, how's it going? How are you doing this morning? I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control. And I think I heard that song almost every 80s movie I've ever watched. Yeah. You know, I'm not saying that this is right, but my mom used to love watching All My Children, a soap opera. And you got to understand, I love the show, The Police, the group, The Police, the singer group. And when my mom was watching All My Children, there's this scene, or it goes on for a while, where this girl gets stalked by this guy. And in the show, they're playing the Police song, Every Breath You Take. And I had never thought of it because, I mean, okay, this happened like when I was very young. Like, the song was only out maybe 6 months when they did this. And it was just really eerie to see it because it's the perfect stalker thing. And then I guess in an interview later on, he admitted that it was about his ex-wife. So I'm just like, whoa, okay, so we got a little history here. The noontime sun vanishes the horrible night. Yes, it does. Oh, I didn't like soap operas either, but my mom, she was in control of the TV, and, you know, back before the age of the internet, so you only had one TV. So whatever was on, whether you liked it or not, that's what you heard. So, and I don't watch soap operas at all. I don't even know that show still runs. I have no idea. I was just thinking about that. Oh, and just so everyone knows, the last time I was building this, I was missing a very important piece. I happened to take a look at my personal stash, and I had exactly one of those pieces. And I'm trying to see if I have another one up on the table. No, I don't see one, but oh yeah, I do, right here. This was the piece that was missing. And it's kind of a newer piece, so I didn't think I'd have it. But I guess some bulk lot I bought somewhere did have it. So Saved by the Bell, which was another good show, by the way. I used to watch The Young and the Restless with my mom, and I used to always couldn't wait to watch Price is Right whenever I was homesick from school. Well, I used to work with this very colorful old guy named Ed, and he's a former Marine, fought in Vietnam, and that guy had no damn filter. And we had a guy we worked with that used to like watching The Young and the Restless at work. And Ed used to mess around with it, the name. He used to call it The Young and the Breastless. So I don't know what possessed Ed to call it The Young and the Breastless, but that's what he called it. All right. So we just got through doing this right here. I don't know what we're doing next. Set this aside, though. All I was able to do is play Atari 2600 games on black and white TV when the main TV was being dominated by dumbness. The Young and the rest of us. Laughing my butt off. I never said I liked the show. The Young and Restless is still going on, and Victor Newman is still. Oh, really? God dang! I did not know that. I admit I don't follow that at all. I think about the only thing I remember about All My Children is that Susan Lucci was in there. And I barely remember her character. So anyway. Well, what we haven't been doing. Oh, My Children got canceled. Okay. Well, here you go. Here's another minifig. We have not been keeping up on News of the Weird, so I'm going to try to do a few of those today, and hopefully work on that. In fact, I had to reboot my computer, so I forgot it closed down. Let me see if I can pull it up again. Noah, how you doing? Super excited to cop the Black Pearl. Oh, yeah, technically at 12 a.m. Okay. Meaning I found out the other day, all my children. Okay. How do you guys feel about the Christmas tree? I think it's okay. I'm just kind of on a crunch right now with money. I haven't heard anything about this job. And anyway. I did call and follow up today. That was one of the things I did before I started the stream. But I just got his voicemail. But I did leave the guy a voicemail and did let him know, hey, thank you for taking time. I'm still interested. Please let me know. So I'm still trying to get that off the ground. Hopefully I'll find a job here. Hey, Zach, how's it going? I like it, but cannot afford it right now. So I'm going to try to get it next year at some point. I do really think it's worth the money. I really do like the little scene setup they have inside. Yeah. It's not even a licensed set, but has the cost of one. Unfortunately, I think that's going to be just more of the same with Lego. And I'm not trying to bash them, but I think they got their heads up somewhere deep. Because I think they're forgetting that, although some adults really do like it, it is in the end a toy. And yes, I know I just said blasphemous things to some of you by calling it just a toy. It's a high precision. Yes, I know. I know. But at the end of the day, it is a toy. Porter, how's it going? I mean, although I do like some of the newer stuff, I'm also just content to buy pieces just for my city and call it good. I like working on my city. All right, I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. Brixplorium, Trevor, how you doing, man? It's been a while. Actually, no, it hasn't. I think you were on here just a couple days ago, but before that, it'd been a while. How you doing, regardless of whether my memory's faltering me or not? How are you, my friend? At least the part counts there for a Christmas tree. Yes, I can agree with that as well, Yeti. Yet again, Yeti. All right, so well, this one right here, yeah, I'm gonna go back here to a different one here. Let's see. Okay. What about the new 3D printed element? I don't know. Is it going to have the clutch power? Because I've had some friends that have 3D printed stuff, and it has not worked out well for them. Because although it can sit on top of a Lego brick and look like it fits, there's like zero clutch power, and it'll fall apart real easily, even more easily than regular Lego. So if they've been able to 3D print it down to the, I don't know, whatever millimeter or hundredths of an inch or whatever, if they've been able to make it really accurate, maybe it's not so bad. But that's my first thoughts. My first thoughts are, is it really going to work? I am doing great, Trevor. Thank you for asking. Things have been going rather well, and I really appreciate that because, sometimes things don't go that well. So it's nice for a change when things kind of just line up and go pretty good. So, how are you doing over there in, if I remember right, Chicago area, the Windy City? I think it's too far off Lego. Yeah, and 3D printing is supposed to be for rapid photo prototyping, not finished goods. I agree. I mean, I like 3D printing for simple stuff, like when I do my divider drawers things, because I got a ton of Akro-Mils, and it works great in a situation like that. But there's a lot of things I would not want 3D printing for. It really isn't that strong. Oh, there I go, throwing a piece. I don't even know where it went when I need it. There it is. Yeah, but you got to realize something. This is an industrial 3D printer, the same your mom and pop. I have a friend of mine, a very good 3D printer, and it's an industrial one, and the clutch power is there. Okay. All right, I did not know that. I've got a Bamboo Labs printer that cost me about $1,000. I have not printed anything like Lego or tried to at precision, but my son recently printed a phone stand, and it has screws on the side to make it adjustable and everything, and it was all 3D printed, and it's plastic screws too. So I don't know, man. I think it can be there, but I don't know a whole lot about 3D printing. I'm new to it. And to be honest with you, I need to explore with it even more, because I think there's a lot of good things that can come of it. Have you guys done much 3D printing? And if you have, what is the sort of things that you build or print with it? Hey, Greg, how's it going? It's the Greg Meister. Oh. Yeah, not bad. Sitting in the store today. Supposedly the weather's going to be warm this weekend, almost 90 degrees on Saturday. That's a switch, because around here, it's supposed to be only in the 70s, and we're usually a lot warmer this time of year. So I guess we're getting kind of a break. I guess you guys are getting that yucky stuff. But then again, we don't have the humidity like you guys do. Well, I don't know how often you guys have humidity, but we really don't have humidity, and this is really weird. It's not really. And Greg says he doesn't have one, a 3D printer. KG says he doesn't have one and can't afford one. Okay, well, that's a fair answer. I got my first 3D printer for $100 and it sucked. It is the second one that's a lot better. All right. I wish I had cool technology and people who can operate it for me whenever I wish. I was watching this thing in Texas where this guy has like a 1,800 square foot shop, which is considerably smaller than mine. Mine's 2,400 square foot. But that's not the point. The point is the guy has a 3D printing farm that makes him $80K a month. And I'm just like drooling over it. I'm like, how in the heck did you happen to get something like that? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's absolutely freaking awesome. The guy was able to do it, but $80K a month, some pretty hefty business here. All right, so nice. It tells me that I need some pieces over there that I just don't have. That's nice. Oh, here it is. Oh, no, that's not the right one. There we go. And I'm not sure if I read this, but Rex says nothing I'd want to print for what it costs to get a very good printer. I could just get a nice bolt action and scope. Okay. Yeah, true. Yeti could afford one if he used some of his voice acting money. Oh, I thought you were going to talk about his other skills. Yeah, we have the freshwater ocean known as Lake Michigan. Yeah. And, you know, I actually find the history of Chicago very interesting. I was watching, I think it was the It's History channel, and he was talking about how one of the main rivers in Chicago used to flow a different direction, and they did some sort of project that got it to flow a different direction, like back in the early 1900s. I wish I remember all the details, but that was a video that I watched probably well over a year ago, and I'm a big fan of that guy, It's History. With Ryan Socash, that's who it is. He seems to find all this out of the way stuff. Now, he did have a video about something I already knew, and that's that, what do you call that? Cincinnati has an abandoned subway. Yeah, it really does. Never, ever did a single train run on it, and they spent millions on it. And then I saw another video related to that. Somebody broke into the abandoned subway and walked it. And, well, he wasn't the only one in there. There was homeless people in there. Imagine that. And this does not want to go in. That's every day for us. Humidity is just part of being in the South, especially in the South Louisiana. We get nothing but bayous and rivers. What's my plans for today? Hookers and blackjack. There we go. Finally, he wants to go in. Oh, I've been fighting that thing for a while. But I do have a story for you from News of the Weird, just because I love News of the Weird, and I love everything about it. This one is entitled, Well Done. And firefighters in Doolittle, Missouri, well, it's called Doolittle for a reason. They don't do much. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea. Fighters with the Doolittle, Missouri Rural Fire Protection District responded to a truck fire on August 18th. Inside the trailer was 40,000 pounds of ribeye steak. Boy, that makes me hungry just reading that. It was a total loss, and it smelled amazing, they said. Probationary firefighter Jenna Ulrich, the only vegan in the department, fought her first fire in the morning alongside her dad, Glenn Ulrich. What a coincidence. She's vegan, and she had to respond to 40,000 pounds of steak on fire. I think I would have investigated to see if she had something to do with it. But yeah, it has smelled amazing. If you'd like to have one, if I would have one, I'd be trying to print out big minifigures. Can't people? Oh yes, yes, that's correct. There are people that do that. Order. I have never tried. I don't know anything about it, but yes, I thought a certain person in New York City recently killed a high-profile person, or ended him using a 3D printed one of those. So yeah, I do believe that's possible. I don't really know how, because just thinking about it, I don't know how you make something mechanical move and all that. But hey, you know what? It has happened. We do know that. I've seen that video that was so they could use the Mississippi River. Yeah, okay. Other than the firing pin, yeah. Well, wait. What am I supposed to do? Oh, right here on the bottom. I was like, I was not computing there for a second. Okay, so they're telling me to pick a sticker. Well, I don't know which one I want. Let's go with the one that looks like a gangster cat, because you have a choice of 9 stickers here. All right, we want the gangster cat looking thing. There we go. I wouldn't want a 3D printed pew pew plastic melt, bro. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little behind on the comments, guys. I'll try to catch up here. Yeah, Chicago River used to flow into Lake Michigan. They reversed it because it was very polluted waterway. They didn't want the polluted flowing into Lake Michigan. Then Wisconsin sued the city of Chicago, saying they were stealing Wisconsin's water. I'm not a voice actor. Could have fooled me, my friend. Well, Yeti, I don't think it's supposed to be a long-term solution. I think it's one of those things where if you're good enough at it, you should only need it once. And I think the main appeal is that they're not traceable. Now, like I said, I'm not promoting it. I do not have one. Never printed one. In fact, I don't even know where to get plans for it, because there's this website called Thingiverse that you can get a bunch of free designs, but I'm pretty sure that's not on there. Definitely only a few. I'm still this one from Brett, really, Jeff. Yes, true. All right. I'll admit, sometimes I struggle just to stay awake. Today might be one of those days. Super humble. That kind of reminds me of the Weird Al video, Amish Paradise. I'm a million times as humble as thou art. I'm a little pious guy. The omelets want to be like on my knees spreading, what is it, for the afterlife. Yeah. Anyway, Weird Al is one of my favorite singers, guys. That's just terrible. Well, hopefully I didn't say anything terrible. But if I did, I don't know if I meant it or not. This is weird setup. Oh, I am building the Ninjago City Workshop. That's what I'm doing currently. And I also dropped a video this morning, a city update video. So that's currently just went live. I don't know. I'm doing kind of a lot. What you up to? And also, I'm tired, guys. Sometimes I feel like I'm running myself into the ground. Maybe because I am. What I need is a cute little redhead. I'm the pious guy. Little omelets want to be like on my knees day and night. Scoring points. That's right. I'm the humblest guy to ever humble someone who definitely isn't me. Yeah, this thing's got 3 sticker sheets. And I did check out Lumi Bricks a little bit more last night. And I don't have the money, but dang, they got a couple of them that I wouldn't mind getting. Okay, that makes no sense whatsoever. Sorry, the instructions are about as clear as mud. I would have to say my greatest feature is my humility. Yeah, sounds good. I wish I was a voice actor. I could just do voices. Well, this is a scary thought, but Yeti, if you were to do voice acting, I'd be afraid that you start doing porn stars voices only. The thought of it terrifies me. My bank account is glad I never got into Ninjago beyond what was needed for Lego Dimensions. Yeah, Yeti, just like a voice actor. This is like a very poor design. These things do not want to stay in. This is going to be a challenge. Okay, so this goes... Oh, no, actually not upside down. Valentina Grace. Hello, how you doing? It's good to see you. And this was really weird, guys. We did not use these pieces, but they are in the bag. Nice. And I didn't skip any steps. Okay, well, we're going to set those few pieces aside. We're just going to keep going because that's super weird. Lumi Bricks, formerly Funhole, has their own version of land. They have named it another unfortunate. Oh my gosh, that is too funny. I used to play a game. It was a Facebook browser game, like much like what was that, Farmville, but it was called Kingdoms of Camelot, and it also had the same initials. And I remember one day I told Mrs. Chip I was gonna disappear for a little bit and play that game, and Mrs. Chip said, "Oh, so you're gonna go play with your cock?" I was like, "Oh, thanks." So yeah, that is crazy. That is perfect. I'm building spin records right now. Awesome, dude. Well, if you ever, I don't know if you want to join, but if you wanted to join Yeti, I'd be happy to send you an invite. But I also understand if you don't want to join. So you just let me know whatever your preference is. And if you do decide to join, I'll text you the safe word separately. Just kidding. Man, I am not a fan of these noodle things sticking into the... I'm going to leave it off for right now because it keeps falling off that advertisement. Okay, that's no problem. Really appreciate it, brother. I'm in the middle of doing something right now and watching you at the same time. I appreciate you multitasking for me. No, I'm just kidding. No, you're not doing it just for me. I appreciate it. It's all right. And hello, Rick. Rick's Bricks. How you doing? Ricky Bricks. Excuse me. I got that wrong. How are you doing this wonderful morning? I'm waiting for Lumi Brick to announce their version of a lug and can't wait to see what they call it. I better not comment on that because I have some ideas that are definitely not YouTube appropriate. Why don't you guys? Why don't we do that, man? Why don't we? What do you guys think they're what they're going to call their version of a lug? Talking about Lumi Bricks. And what am I building today? I am building. I'm building the Ninjago City Workshops. This one was released, I think it was February. It might have been March. And I mean, I've had it sitting over there. In fact, I had to dust it off. And I hate when I do that. I really don't like buying Lego sets like that. And this makes no damn sense. Lego, you lost your damn mind. When I'm done with this section, we'll stick it on top of the other section here. I don't know what the heck that noise was. Hi, James. How you doing? Hoarder said nut. How much did it cost? Let me look that up. So I bought it off of Lego.com. And this one was directly from them, so I didn't get no discounts, which kind of sucks because a lot of times I do try to get discounts. But this one just didn't offer one. Let's go back to my orders. Because I ordered this like way back. I think it was February. I'm pretty sure it's still on the market. Here it is, February 28th when I ordered it. So it was probably March 1st release date. And it was $249.99. And it's set number 71837. Ricky, I'm so glad you said that because you make me feel not so weird for having Lego sets that I've purchased and I just don't do anything with it. And it's not that I don't mean to do that. It's just, sometimes you get all caught up in other things. And, Lego does that weird thing where sometimes sets are only available a few months and then they cancel them. And that right there is the reason I want to do it. Oh, that is so weird. Lego, that is so weird. Okay, so remember how I said there were some pieces that I wasn't sure what happened to them because they were in the bag, but they're not in the instructions. Yeah, they're not in the instructions, and all of a sudden they appear. Oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do with that? Let me pull up the app on my phone because sometimes the app on the phone has better directions. And well, why'd she call me? Miss Chip, that I do this. Oh my goodness, guys. I sit here and I'm talking about what a great morning I'm having, and I had an order big enough that has to be invoiced. That means it's over £1. And then I had another smaller order come in. God dang, this is freaking awesome, dude. I love the fact these Bricklink orders are coming in as strong as they are. Oh, I didn't even look. What the heck? Oh man, I don't have the app on here anymore. Oh jeez. Okay. I don't know. Maybe they got rid of it. Maybe I just missed it. Let me go back and look. No, I didn't. I did not miss it because, yeah, if you look right here, that is so weird. It doesn't show it. Doesn't show it. Okay, there it's shown. Okay. Oh, I did miss it. Holy crap. It's me. Networking user teams. I had accidentally ordered Fred Jones from Scooby-Doo twice on 2 separate days. I have lots of unbuilt. I have yet to build the Black Tron ship, the Dooku tree, and the X Mansion. The X Mansion, I mean, I do like it, but it was a disappointment because I think it's only like 10 studs wide or something. But I mean, I get the concept of it, and it is a great set regardless. Okay, number 67. I have seen people modify it already online. Okay, here it goes. 67's right here. Oh boy. Well, somebody ordered wind because I can hear the wind picking up outside. And if you guys don't know the geography of the area, I think I've talked about it before. We're kind of in like a wind tunnel because we have mountains to the west of us, to the east of us, but the mountains on the east are pretty straight, north and south. The ones to the west of us kind of do this, and there's a very narrow opening up here. And so when the wind blows, it picks up speed because it's kind of like a cone and it funnels the air. And so we get some really bad windstorms here on a fairly regular basis. And I think that's what's happening right now. Okay, so this guy goes here. I'm going to build and alternate with the X Mansion. I was deliberating on modifying it, but Lego isn't supposed to be one-on-one representation of the things, but abbreviations of them. Correct. That is correct. However, there are certain sets that I just want them to be one-to-one. So, and I guess that all just depends on your preference. And it's not every set that I want it to be one-for-one, but there are certain ones. Though, did I buy some bootleg X-Men characters that sorely missing? Though I did buy some bootleg X-Men characters that were sorely missing, like Cable and Jubilee. Hey, that's pretty cool, man. All right. Okay. I must have skipped that whole entire page somehow. Hello, Panda. How's it going? You made yours bigger. Oh, boy. Is Mrs. Yeti, is she aware of that? And I wish I had that clip from Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get help. What in the fudge popsicles? All right. Rex, whatever you just tried sending, it is giving you the white circle of death unless you did that on purpose. Which, who knows? Maybe you did do it on purpose. I bought a second one without minifigures to make it bigger, but decided in doing an alternate build. And you know something, Rex, not Rex, stream was buffering. Oh, okay. Ricky Bricks, I've done the same thing. I've bought sets without the characters because somebody else, stripped them out of there and sold them separately for the same exact reason, just because I wanted to expand it. And it was nice to be able to get the pieces on the cheap, because I don't care about a second set of figures. The stream was buffering. All right. I do have more news of the weird for everybody. We got a bunch of stuff. Yeah, the minifigures raised the price. They sure do. And honestly, I mean, after you already have one set of minifigures, what else do you need? Okay. All right. Yeti, you will make it wider and take up any more base plates. Will you make it wider? And Hoarder, how you feeling, by the way? I forgot. You said something earlier that not today, but like a day or two ago, saying that you're feeling under the weather. How you feeling now? Okay, this next story, I don't normally like Justin Bieber for many reasons. But we've got a story from News of the Weird about this. All right. The Wynn Encore Resort in Las Vegas and nightclub DJ Griffin got punked when a Justin Bieber impersonator, Dylan, I don't know how to pronounce the last name, 29, showed up at the venue on August the 19th. The pseudo Bieber danced and partied, allegedly racking up a $10,000 bar bill before his team alerted Griffin that he wanted to perform Sorry, one of his big hits. Dark venue and loud music didn't help either. Griffin posted after discovering he had been had. A spokesperson for the Wynn Encore said Dylan has been granted access to the stage after an elaborate and multi-step ruse by him and his advanced team. The resort banned him for life after learning that he really wasn't Justin Bieber. That's kind of a weird one. Hey, how you doing, Cliff? Feeling better. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that, Hoarder. And Rex says, I bought an old modular sets that were missing minifigures, but I just customized up replacements from existing pieces with newer style face prints that weren't just the smiley face. Yeah. Still not 100%, Will says, but getting there. All right. So this is going to be a challenge to get this exactly right. So let's be careful here. Okay, so this one goes here. I guess this is supposed to move somehow. Just trying to figure this all out. John, how you doing? No news from Mom yet. She probably can't see her phone well enough and is home sleeping. Well, are you planning on stopping by after work? Okay, this is... All right. No, that's correct. So why is it... Oh, I went too far. I've been accused of that. I mischip a lot going too far. She said she'd call me, but I'll call her, see the story is. Okay. And yes, all right. I know I got the Arkham Asylum. It's being shipped. It's supposed to be here on Friday. And I know that Yeti also got it. He's supposed to get his tomorrow. Somehow, and this is, I'm not like mad or anything, but it's kind of funny, is that I live closer. I live 2 states away from the distribution center in Las Vegas, but I'm getting mine a whole day later than Yeti. It's kind of funny. And actually, I'm kind of curious as to how often that happens. Okay. Oh, that is cool. So this whole entire elaborate thing, it just connects up this this crane, this chain thing. That is so cool. My 2 Tron. Oh, Rex says he's not interested in the Arkham set. My 2 Tron movies are being shipped. Rex says I've been buying DC figures from Bricklink and various bootleg sites to get the characters I like. Same with Marvel. If I make any DC buildings, they would be restaurants from the DC universe. Okay. All right. And Cliff is informing us that there is a facility in Illinois. Okay. I wasn't aware of that. Awesome. Okay. This sure is a lot of sure is a lot of pieces for a workshop, and it's not even, it's only on a single base plate. I'm kind of surprised how big it is, but and yeah, that's what she said too. Just because I knew the moment I said that what was going to happen. All right, so we got another sticker here, number 68. And that is one thing about this set. If you don't like stickers, this is not the set for you. Which one's your favorite, Rex? Okay. Oh, one in Georgia. Okay. I was not aware of all that. All right. Really quickly. Oh, come on. I said really quickly. All right. Oh, dang. Another Bricklink order. Okay, well, sitting next to you guys is good luck. All right, so we are done with this bag, and let's put it on the rest of this. Okay, so we've got this really cool thing here, and it does move forward like that and back. And it looks like we're going to build in a little section. So let's set this aside again. I can't wait to get back to working on my F-117. I want the OG Batwing. Yeah, that was a good one. I do not have that one. That's another one I'd like to get. I heard the Enterprise D is not north of 300. I don't know. I haven't really. I've heard that it's coming out, but I haven't heard the price yet. Guy Gardner, Blue Beetle, Ted Cord, Booster Gold, Hal Jordan, and The Question. Oh, meant Nightwing. Okay. For Marvel, it's mostly the anti-heroes, Punisher, Blade, Moonlight, Taskmaster, Ghost Rider, and the like. I love Ghost Rider, and I love the Punisher. I watched that, I think it was 2 seasons worth. Thought that was pretty good. Again, it was one of those things my son was watching, and I thought it looked really good, so I sat down and watched the 2 seasons all myself. And John's looking forward to getting the Lunar Rover. Lunar Rover seems like a good one, man. So I hope you're able to get it, John. And since we're getting the Arkham Asylum on Friday, I'm going to start building it on Monday on the channel with Mornings with Chip. And we'll do that until it's done. Yeah, well, once I do the final push to clearing my debt this year. Yeah, I need to make a push to get rid of my debt too. But anyway. But I'm doing the space shuttle next. Awesome, John. I also may have to buy a new over-the-range microwave. Yeah, those can run you about $200 or $300. It's the installation that's, I mean, I don't think it's extremely difficult. I have put one in before, but they're not easy though either. All right, so this piece here that we just built, very simply, oh, nice, I just knocked off a piece. So this right here just goes to close the back, which that is one thing I do like about these Ninjago sets is that they do have backs to them. All right, so we got that on there. And we've got some more here to go. Oh, I can't believe they actually have octane in here. That's funny. I didn't realize that. I've seen the Ninjago movie, and I don't remember there being octane in there. I might get a glass case for the shuttle. So there goes my Lego set. Oh, you have a friend that can help. That's awesome because you're going to save a lot of money putting one of those in. There it went. Spoke with Rancor Steve. He's raving about the F1 movie. Awesome. I have not talked to him in a couple days. Rancor Steve's a mutual friend of John and mine. I use my air fryer more than my microwave. Better for meat, pizza sandwiches, and everything that isn't soup, really. I don't have an air fryer. How much do one of those run? He was dressed in a suit and tie on Manorama. Oh, dang, I forgot about that. That was last night, wasn't it? Shoot. I totally slipped my mind. But, yeah, I was way too busy last night anyway. I had so much going on yesterday. Like I said, I got a lot done yesterday. To the point I think it exhausted me today. They had a game show. All right. Hoarder says he needs a new actually needs an air fryer, and he'll be right back. Awesome. Air fryers usually vary wildly in price. Just depends on what you need. I have one the size of a large microwave, so it can make bigger, more stuff with it. Eats up a lot of counter space. Yeah, that's actually one thing I don't have in this house is counter space. I think the guy that designed this kitchen needs to be shot. I have a Ninja Speed air fryer. Okay. Just had KFC. That's awesome, dude. What'd you get? KFC is like, well, actually, I kind of like Popeyes better, but it's all right too. Okay. That is a very interesting way to hold this on. This little bar right here is going to go right into this little brick with the hole on the side. There you go. And actually, that's a good building technique. It fit perfectly. So, unconventional as it is, it worked out. Hot and spicy wings and potato wedges. Nothing wrong with all that. All right, so now we've got a crane area. We've got the walkway in between the two, and then we've got this noodle type shop, or actually no noodle shops over here on the bottom. Over here, we've got the actual workshop, it looks like. And that's one thing I don't like about it. This is so fragile. All right, let's set this aside and let's get on to the next bag. Mine is like a toaster oven with an internal fan that has digital controls operated with 2 dials in the front. Yeah, actually, I haven't done it yet, but my dishwasher can connect to my phone. And I guess I just don't see the need for it, so I don't. But my air conditioning up here does connect to my phone. It is connected to my phone. And there's times that I use it, like right before I come home, I'll, like maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes out from home, I'll turn on the AC to get it cool up here before I get home. It's kind of nice. And got the Nest thermostat connected to my phone. All right. Okay, so this one I haven't read before, so you're going to be just as amazed or shocked or slapping your forehead as I am, because this is a News of the Weird. And man, this is a Japanese name. I ain't going to try. His last name is Shindu. So I know how to say Shindu. So I'll just call him Shindu. When Shindu, who was 93, was found dead in his home in Daisen, Japan on August the 18th, police initially suspected he had been mauled by a bear. Ooh, that must have been a pretty grisly discovery. Okay. Bear sightings have become more common in northern Japan. More than 2 people have been attacked in the last 12 months leading up to March 2024. However, as investigators looked into the incident further, they found the man's wounds were more consistent with a knife attack. And on August 19th, so the next day, his son, who's 51, was arrested for allegedly murdering his elderly father. The younger man lived with his parents, and detectives seized several knives from the home in an effort to identify the murder weapon. Well, I don't know if that's really News of the Weird. I think that's just News of the Sad there. Yeah, I think that's the last thing I'd really want to hear is a son killing his father. That's pretty tragic. What's the most useless pieces in your collection? God, Greg, that's a super good question. I don't know. I might have to get back to you on that. Guess I've never really thought about that. I know one of the best is most useful, and that's that universal joint in the Technic. I love that piece, man. You can use that to make anything line up and work. Okay, they've got some really interesting techniques they're using here, but we got that, and then we got to place a green frog. All right. Greg, what do you feel is the most useless piece in your collection? How's that? I don't really know. That's a good question, though. I'll have to think on that. I have been kind of thinking about it here, so I've been kind of quiet. And, there are a few pieces that I think are worthless, but the most useless, no, I had to fumble through a couple of drawers outside in the shop just to take a look and see. There will not be a live stream tonight, just to let you guys know. The next live stream is going to be tomorrow morning, where we are going to do another, round of building this. Hello, Spencer. I think we're building an elevator here. Yep. That's exactly what we're doing. Okay, let's oh, maybe it's not an elevator. I don't know what it is. This is Ninjago. Well, this does not want to go in. There we go. The windscreen on the 1989 Batmobile only works for one set. Yeah, you know, some windscreens, you're correct, dude. Some of the windscreens I could definitely see how they'd be pretty useless. You know, if you would have asked me that question a few weeks back, I probably would have said something like wedge plates. However, I've changed my mind on that because I've been using wedge plates a lot recently. That was one thing that, like, I used to hate wedge plates, and so I told myself I needed to get better at using them. So I started using them on the beach for the shoreline, and I absolutely love them now, and I use them all the time. So I can't say that it would be that. I thought this was going to be an elevator. I don't really know what it is. And I wonder if you line up the different Ninjago sets, do they actually line up? Like, in other words, does this connect to a different Ninjago set? I'll have to take a look at that. This is a very interesting way that they're attaching a railing to this. Or are they? We got quite a bit going on here. These sets are really intricate, and I love the amount of pieces they come with. All right, sticker time. right, another news of the weird for you. This one also is from Japan. And visitors to Judong Number 3 Park in Seoul, South Korea. Oh, South Korea. Sorry, not Japan. Seoul, South Korea may rub their eyes when they see a life-size uniformed policeman, Oddity Central reported on August the 15th. That's because the officer is a 3D hologram that patrols between 7 and 10 p.m., assuring people that in emergencies, the police will respond immediately and that there are surveillance cameras everywhere. The spectator-like officers are intended to increase people's perception of safety. Since their installation in October, data shows they have significantly impacted crime in the park, which has decreased by 22%. I sent you a pic. Okay, all right. I'll take a look at that there. Oh, yes, these blade things. Yeah, I don't like those either. From the orthocopter. These right here. Yeah, they are. I could see how that'd be hard to use in any other application. Oh, shoot. Well, that was nice. Nice. Well, that's not going to go back together so easily, it looks like. Well, all right. I think what I'm going to do is, because I need to fix this now, I'm going to end the stream here, or maybe not. What do you guys think? Should I fix it? Yeah, I probably should. Let's see. Let's see if I can fix it. I might be able to fix it. Okay, well, that's why it was so... I don't know where some of these pieces go, so I'm going to have to do my research here and figure it out, because I got a couple extra pieces now that I knocked that over. It's pretty sad. I'll figure it out. I'll set it aside for now. All right. We are going to keep going. It wasn't as hard as I thought. And I hope so, because I opened a few more bags than I probably should have. I love all the signage because it reminds me of like a Chinatown in real life. Oh, apparently I thought that was a piece that came from this. It did not. Okay, well, there we go. And if I wanted to make a political joke, I could say the most useless piece ever was our former president, but I'm just joking around. Advertising everywhere all over this set. It's pretty cool. Okay. Just trying to make sure it lines up. Okay, so we just put a really cool stair thing here. Oh, that piece wasn't missing either. That's just me. Okay, so we are missing. Oh, it's over here. Made its way over here. Okay, so I can put this back in here now. Well, theoretically, I can. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is bag 13. It's coming up, and we don't need this for a little bit. So let's set that aside. Yo, Greg. Well, this next story is actually this particular incident wasn't too bad, but there was an incident I heard about in Texas that this did end tragically. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about ding dong doorbell ditch. So the last time I did read this to you guys, the first original story, this is a follow-up. Last week, News of the Weird reported on a group of teenagers sought by the East Greenbush, New York, for pulling ding-dong ditch pranks on residents. So it was only a matter of time until things escalated. I knew that, yeah. According to KDFW-TV in Frisco, Texas, okay, they are talking about that. Okay. 58-year-old Damian Wolf ran out into the street, fired shots at a vehicle as it was coming his direction, as it had already passed him. Police said after 3 teenagers in a car had ding-dong ditched Wolf's house in late July, police discovered the car had 3 bullet holes in it, and the kids admitted to the prank. Police Chief David Shilson called the incident completely senseless and avoidable had better choices been made by all involved. Okay, so that wasn't the one I was thinking about. There actually was a kid that, an 11-year-old kid that was ended because he played ding-dong doorbell ditch in Texas. I thought that was what they were going to talk about. So it's gotten really, really tragic that someone's lost their life over such a useless, harmless prank. But on the other hand, I mean, I don't know, man. People just seem to get upset about anything these days. And I don't think it's justified. Well, I have never heard of using books as shutters. That is a new building technique. See, they wrap the book. So these are shuttered. They're not fully functional, but okay, that was I did that wrong. Let's fix that. All right. All right, see, they used the two book right there. They attached it there. I'm going to try to remember that because I think that's actually pretty dang cool. And yeah, what's not so cool is I did it wrong. All right, let's flip it around. I must have got something wrong. Yep, I did. All right, so here we're installing some pictures in the bedroom. I'll try to get you a up close picture here when I'm done with these two pictures. All right, there we go, focused. Mine is coming in on Friday. So I'm going to start building it on Monday. Yeti is getting his on tomorrow, actually Thursday. Oh. Okay, so we got one last News of the Weird to wrap up last week's because I'm behind. And this one is, I don't know if it's inappropriately titled, but it's titled Inappropriate Behavior. And Turkish officials are searching for a foreign tourist who offended the nation's moral values when she performed a pole dance on a Turkish flagpole on August 21st. Okay. All right. Actually, I think that's more funny than it is illegal. The case was opened after a 12-second video was posted to social media showing a woman wearing leggings and a t-shirt while dancing. The governor's office is closely monitoring this heinous incident. The offenses carry jail terms of at least 2 years. All right, someone else needs to get something else to be uptight about because that's funny. I don't think that's that serious. In fact, I know where I'm going to take Miss Chip on our next vacation. No, I'm just kidding. This is going to be the last bag, folks. I actually had a few more bags open, but there's no way I can get this done. I'm falling asleep at the wheel here. You know, thinking about that tourist doing that pole dance on the flagpole, I thought the proper thing was to run it up the flagpole. At least that's what they always say. I'm going to run this up the flagpole, meaning chain of command. Oh boy. All right. So we're not done with this piece. I'm not really sure. Well, here it goes on here. Okay. And I'm not sure if it goes this way. I'm not sure if it's going to go that way. I'm not really sure yet. But this is for another time, which will be tomorrow. We're going to go ahead and finish this up tomorrow. Well, not finished up, work on it, I should say. Another live stream tomorrow morning, same time, 11 o'clock Mountain Time. That's 1 o'clock Eastern. I'd love to have you guys here. Just a reminder, please hit that like button, subscribe. And if you're over on Rumble, give it a rumble. And you guys, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Be good to each other and stay safe out there. And I'll catch you on the next one.